It's FAFO Friday, so let's learn how to fight. All right, so we have been, we've just started groundwork, okay, and how to move your legs. And now then, let's work on how to move your body, okay? So I'm Brandy Von Holton. My husband and I own a horse trail riding facility, and I used to be a professional fighter. So I've fought in 5 countries as a heavyweight for the United States, and I've won a lot of state championships and some national competitions, and then tried to go to the Olympics, and that did not work out. But I have a lot of knowledge, and I will share it with you. I think it's wonderful now that I'm a 46-year-old female. You know what? Women are just so different than men, and I think this would be great coming from someone my age. All right, so let's look at, we had talked about last time about how to have your feet and how to move your feet. So I always want to have them shoulder width apart, and if I wanted to go forward, it's a step and a drag, step, drag. If I want to go this direction, I step, drag. If I want to go that direction, step, drag. You never put your feet together. You never have both feet in the air at one time. So that was a recap of last week. Every Friday, I think this is like the 5th one, and I skipped 1 week. I will do all sorts of fight strategies. So today, I'm going to be talking about my fighting stance and how I'm going to use my body. This is going to be a wonderful thing that you can do when you're by yourself, okay? Because you're going to look very goofy at the beginning. I would do this in front of a mirror, and it's going to be like a good quad exercise. Okay, and the reason that I have decided to do this is because I feel like a lot of people do not know how to defend themselves, and this is just an intro, and I hope that everyone goes and does some kind of martial arts training, okay? All right, and don't think that you can just take a self-defense class and you're good. You are not good. You have got to do this on a more consistent time. All right, so here we go. Whenever I am in a fighting stance, okay, and I'm looking my opponent in the eyes, I never want to cower down or look down. I always want to stay up. We talked about with the punch, whenever I punch, the other hand touches my head. Okay, so I always know that I have my hands up. But let's talk about whenever punches are coming towards you and how you are going to bob and weave, okay? So, you don't want to just go up and down, okay? That does lower your center of gravity. It allows me to have my forearms. I don't want to bend, right? I want to squat, just like I would be picking up something that's heavy, okay? So from right here, I want to squat down. What that does also, like it's going to fold up my stomach and gonna make it easier for me to cover and then attack. All right, so from right here, I would want to do the alphabet, but I want to do that with my quads, and I want to keep my hands up. You don't want to practice with your elbows out because you've just made a circle to get popped in. So elbows in, I'm going to be on the balls of my feet, okay? And now then I'm going to make a capital letter A. So I'm going to here, here, and across, okay? Now then, a capital letter B, on circle. Capital letter C, okay? So what I'm trying to do is, if someone's punching at me, I've got to get to where movement is normal, okay? A capital letter D, up and down, okay? My eyes stay up, because as soon as I see an opportunity, I attack. As soon as the person stops attacking me, I get the heck out of Dodge, okay? So from right here, capital letter E would be across, down, okay? So I'm just wanting to get where movement feels good instead of like stationary flat, boom, boom. No, I want to get to where I am moving. Capital letter F, here, across, up, cross. Capital letter G is going to be here and down. So, capital letter G, up, down. H, capital letter I. So I'm across, down, and across. All right, so you get the gist of this right here. You want to get, and it's actually a wonderful workout. Like I'm engaging my quads, my butt, I've got my hands up. So that's the beginning of groundwork, or like footwork, okay? Is you want to get to where you can move to your right, do a letter. Move to your left, do a letter. Move back, do a letter. Move forward, and remember, it's step, drag, step, drag. You know, fighting is like, it's like a dance. It's a dance with consequences, okay? So, do you know whenever I was on fight teams and on the USA team, man, people have rhythm. This is how you teach rhythm. It gives you something to do instead of just curving and bobbing. It gives you, like, what letter of the alphabet am I on? You know, like if I'm on a capital letter M, it's up, down, right? So it gives you something to do. And then as you get better at doing those capital letters, it will feel more natural. But you should do the alphabet, which this would just be a great workout. Do huge letters. I'm doing them in all caps. I don't do lowercase letters. I do capital letters, okay? So I think next week we're going to, I have a whole bunch more of footwork, but you know, a lot of people don't want to do stuff like that. They just want to hit people or learn how to do all the strikes, but you can't. All right, so there's 3 types of fighters: offense, defense, and a trap fighter, okay? You don't want to just be an offense. Like as soon as I know that someone's all offense, I go, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. I love whenever people fight all offense because I tear them up, okay? I'm a defensive fighter or a trap fighter. Those are the people that are able to analyze what's going on. Somebody that's all offense, they cannot, they get beat a lot. I mean, you know how good you would have to be an all offensive fighter? It just doesn't happen. All right, so there is your FAFO. I hope that y'all enjoy these fight videos or just talking about fighting and defending yourself and realize there's so much more to it. And, you know, I've probably lost more fights than people would ever have in their life, right? And I don't look like somebody that's done a bunch of fighting. I'm not, but I had to have, right here, see that? I had to have plastic surgery on my lip, and that was in training. That got bust all the way up right here. And then I actually have 4 plates and 14 screws in my face, and I only had 1 nostril. See how that one's a lot smaller back in there? That's because that one had been closed up before. So I'll tell you, I had a massage therapist before work on my jelly belly, and whenever she massaged on it, it made me freaking sick. Made me so sick for a couple of days, but so much scar tissue in there. So even if you win, it hurts. I hope that y'all try to do some kind of self-defense and don't be like, I got a gun. Yeah, but you got to be like within like 2 seconds have that thing out, you know, or think that, I got pepper spray. Well, a lot of people are going to have that on some keys they just throw into the bottom of their freaking purse. Like you need to have your freaking finger on it, and you need to practice like moving it off of safety. A lot of people have a very non-reliable sense of security, and they should not. Okay, you should practice how how quickly you can get into a vehicle and get the door shut and it locked. You should do that with your kids, because a lot of them freaking jack around on their phones when they're in parking lots and stuff. You should be like, hey, phones are always down whenever we're walking in parking lots. Survey it before you get out. And, you know, just, you got to be a safe person, man. The world is a nasty place. You need to talk to them about home invasions and what to do. It's not a safe world. So I would practice the things that I'm showing you. Like we had talked about punching and turning your hand down. I would highly recommend people getting into some kickboxing classes, whatever you have in your area. And it doesn't matter your age. All people are welcome. Okay. It's not just for the 24-year-olds or the 11-year-olds. Okay. There are fight classes for all ages, and it's going to help you. So, all right, y'all have a wonderful day, and hopefully you can use this to tell someone to FAFO. All right, I'm going to go get on a horse, and we have our last Chicks in the Sticks event starting for the year, and we have a full house at my horse trail riding facility. We had 2 sites become available out of all of them, and I think we have like 70 horses at our place. So we are running around like a chicken with our head cut off. All right, see y'all later. Bye. See you next Friday for FAFO Friday.